Thank you, sir.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks and the House of Loud, a place where great teams go to die. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Ducks will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Washington's offense will get the first crack at it here. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
You know, we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players, and just give yourself a chance to make it through the rest of this game.
Off the boot, looking for his man. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So the Oregon Ducks offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside, and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. Two physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, two alphas, two guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, cornerback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
And the Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range.
No.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. It's Velling. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Looking to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Stewart. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. The Ducks trying to cash it in on first and goal. They'll run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! Just under 60,000 in this place, but sometimes it sounds like 600,000. An engineering marvel to hold in all this noise.
Yeah, It's unbelievable. They love their team. They support the Ducks, and they've built traditions and so many teams they should be proud of. Getting them involved early is a great sign for this football team.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and gone.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
At the 35, he's open. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Washington right back to the line.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, that might be
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their...
He's going for the big play.
Oh.
Right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. This offense has a second down play. Just ran him over. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. And the Ducks will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Steps away. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
feeling some heat. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Looking to scramble. He's going to run it. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They'll run it from the gun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
And they swarm him under.
I think he does a really good job on this 2nd down play of being very decisive, getting north-south, making the play, and now setting up a much better 3rd down. That's a play we can continue to run even on 3rd down right now.
He'll pull it down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Boston. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On 2nd down, will they go back to the ground game? He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change.
The freshman able to get home with the sack. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Bully ball on 3rd and short. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. They're bringing heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. How about that play by the strong safety? Made sure his responsibility was covered, and then just went and made a play.
Yeah, sometimes it's...
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. After that huge play right back at him on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Motion from the offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. Safe completion on the screen. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Oregon! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Williams will pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He's got enough, and it'll be a first down for Washington. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to find his man on first down. Throws for the tight end. Got a wide open receiver. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
Dances away. He's going to take off. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this script.
Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run the toss. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. He's off to the races. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the score coming on the touchdown pass from 55 yards out. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Fast motion from the offense. Williams looking for a man. Working that left side now. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Washington wants to go quickly. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Washington sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets it away from his own end zone. He gets a block. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change.
Going to take a shot. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. And the Ducks will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll mark this one at the 15-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there.
Oh, look out! And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Productive pass offense for the Huskies, and they've had a long line of quarterbacks who've gone on to the pros.
Yeah, a lot of guys that you can think of. Warren Moon obviously was so dynamic, so good, but guys that were surgical, guys that read the defenses, made the decision, made big plays. That's what the Husky fans want to see.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Williams will pass. Fires to the wideout. And that pass picked off.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel in the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They're licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
The receivers telling the quarterbacks what they see. They're trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Slips through the line. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. A third down try for the offense. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Williams looking for a man. Fires to the right. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Great job by the freshman, kept his eyes in the right place and made the play.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Looking to throw on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Muscling ahead on third and short. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. Got it behind the line. It's Stewart. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The defense is backed up as the offense is in the red zone. He wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Stewart. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. And the Ducks have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Oregon! And the stomping has commenced. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over. Move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Williams.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation.
And it's picked off for the third time today. Bringing it back. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Pressure coming. Going to try to get it himself.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air, it's Daniels. Going up top. Touchdown Ducks! And the pummeling has started.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative because this off.
There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team.